Welcome, everybody. We're back at Momocon 2025. I'm Rookie, joined with FCSmiley.
Good to be here. How you doing today?
Doing all right. Year 4 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe here at Momocon, and it's just gotten more exciting every single year.
It really has.
I know we're still early in the day, but...
Yeah, but it's been an exciting day so far. We've seen some upsets come through from the earlier qualifications, and now...
2v2 especially.
Oh, and the 2v2s are great.
One room, third place, 2 points apart from fifth place. Third's obviously the advancement, so...
Yeah. So anything can happen, too.
A lot of fun stuff on the way, I think. So
Absolutely.
We got a good match coming up for you guys, too.
Yep. We have some big names in this room, too. And people that have been within the community for quite some time.
Absolutely.
And Rookie and I were just talking about that just a moment ago. 02B, 16 years in the community.
Yeah. Been here quite a while. Guyfry attending every single Momocon.
That's huge.
Emarie been around the community for quite some time as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, they were making comments about like old SNS being up there on the stage, too. It's like old times.
Yeah.
But we also have some other people in here, and I got some fun facts for some of the players, too.
Go ahead.
So Gold, favorite track, Weibo.
I think there's a lot of Rainbow Road fans in this lobby from
There
what
really
I've been
is.
seeing. Somebody listed literally all Rainbow Roads as their favorite track. So, no.
But you
Simple
know,
person.
listen,
I like Rainbow.
it's a classic track.
I mean,
Can't go wrong with it. Then we also have, actually, Emarie favorite track was Sky High Sunday. We know that that's Princeton Sprat, you know.
Well, what sets even Emarie apart on this is the ability to motion at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Glider right at the beginning of the track, and we're about to get started.
Yeah, it looks like we're sounding like
there,
we're going to get started here. Actually, a big thing, though, you were just talking about how been to every Momocon event so far. Maverick, first major. First major coming in, so welcome in, absolutely. And you're going to have a good time here. So, but don't let those nerves get to you. A lot of the new players will come in here and they'll be
I
like...
love seeing the player reactions.
Oh, yeah. But they get nervous.
Ready.
Look at that. That's the face of determination right there. So, and it sounds like they're about to start the first track pick coming in, but here's all the players coming through. But, Rookie, you ready for this?
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. And you hear they're getting hyped up. They're ready. So, first track looks like we're going to...
Sky High Sunday.
Speaking of Sky High Sunday.
Emarie going to be the perspective to look at the beginning.
Yeah.
See if we can get that big lead with the motion glider immediately. One of those players that allegedly is using one of those hybrid controllers that allows you to kind of double input.
Yeah.
So, we'll see that in... Go.
Yeah, see, I've always, I don't know about this track. I've never really been a big fan of this one, even though it's an OF special with only
Look at
brand.
the distance.
Yeah, there it is. And it's actually really difficult, too, for a lot of players to be able to get all the tricks off of these ramps right here without going off.
Yeah, Sky High Sunday, one of those tracks where it's kind of like underestimated at your own.
Oh, yeah, it really is. But the people that know how to run this one, they really do it well.
Yeah, I would argue rather simplistic, but there are a few things that can definitely trick you up. I've seen some crazy anti-gravity shenanigans on this track, people kind of leaning halfway off.
Yep.
Sometimes even floating on air on some of these ledges. So,
especially around that last corner right there. Oh, getting hit out with the bananas right here. So Gold over here in second. Decides to go ahead and get rid of the banana. No defense here. And it
perfectly trapped.
Yep. Falls off.
That's going to be like one of those ones that takes quite a while to respawn also.
It really will.
Not only are you getting hit, you have to drop all the way down to the bottom of the stage there.
That lack of 2 bringing you back is really going to take away some time there.
So, track pick working out for Emarie.
Oh, absolutely.
Emarie, I know, is a player that's very notorious for being able to win in a lot of different ways. Sky High Sunday, a preferred front-running track, as we know, but one of those players is very comfortable coming from behind as well.
Yep. And another person that's comfortable with this track is 02B right here. Looking pretty good, too, having double defense right here. Probably going to elect to hold on to this right here so they don't lose that spot. That red, oh, they went ahead and used it, even with the blue coming out.
It'll be interesting to see what they pull right now. Emarie looking like they might not have the items to defend, but also has quite a bit of space up there, too. So not super worried about the reds as it stands, because the reds are actually coming at 0-2B.
Yep. So it looks like Emarie's going to be able to keep that lead and be able to keep that distance that she had before.
This is why being in first is not as bad as people think. Even with the blue shells, you got second and third throwing reds at each other, they can't hit you.
Nope, exactly that. So she's going to be able to continue coasting, be able to get that first place right there.
Like the patience here.
Waiting for that plant to run out.
Wait for the plant to run out, absolutely.
Ooh, those triple
there.
greens right there at the end. Luckily, they didn't get back right here, but for AI. So we'll go ahead and see the standing. So we know Emarie got 1. I think it was, 6 got second and 0-2 beat third.
A lot of character variety in this lobby. It's kind of cool to see.
You know, ever since they made the change with the different characters as far as the meta stats that came through, you're starting to see a lot more of the different types of combos with it.
Yeah, I think it's something that's very common just in the early stages of tournaments as well. There's a lot of people that, Mario Kart sounds fun. Let's do it. And they'll, wreck Shy Guy.
Yeah.
We've got some competitive Shy Guy players out there too.
You really do.
But it's always fun to see, all the unique shades that you can see in a sense with all the different characters. And there's always going to be a best character in these games, but I do think it's good that Yoshi, Birdo, they're among the best just because of all the different color options. So that's cool to see.
I'm partial to the light blue Yoshi. That's always been my favorite one.
Yeah, it looks really nice with the Teddy.
It does.
The Azure rollers. Can't be hated.
No, you really can't. But then on top of that, too, you don't really see that Waller-Wiggler combo that we used to have all the time, unless you're Jet. Jet still rocks that one.
Jet is put all these years into time trial and Waluigi Wiggler.
Yeah.
I'm going to make use of it.
Exactly.
I respect the commitment. I'm not going to lie.
All right.
Anyway, Swamp Ruins. Going from the old to the new to the old here.
This is a good track, though. I've always enjoyed running this one. This is actually one of the first ones that I time trialed.
This is like everybody's favorite track back in 2014.
You're not lying.
Everybody loves Mushroom Cup closeout tracks.
Yep.
It's like the first track in the game that's, pretty good.
Yeah.
Not just a tutorial level, kind of putting it all together. This is just another one, that rich legacy.
Yeah, and you get to learn some of the earlier strats too with this track because it's a little bit easier to be able to get those cuts without the mushroom cut. So it's like an early beginner's track to be able to learn all those strats to be able to do that.
Yeah, I got multiple no item cuts, including the intended one up here. Of course, the one at the beginning of the lap too. A lot of different path splits on this track also. Quite a fun one to take part in.
Absolutely.
And, I haven't seen much about the player Tone, but we're trapping on the no item cut, so
yeah,
a lot of advanced science here. So, I think that's like the fun thing about some of these early rounds is you see players that you aren't super familiar with in the community, but you can tell that they're the best in their friend group.
Yep.
Because that's what everybody here is, right? We all grew up in different places.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you, I suppose, might have had friends that you played along the way, in which case you couldn't be the best in your friend group. Because, obviously you're better than them.
No, of course. That's what got us in here. It was the bragging rates that we had to be able to do, be able to say, no, I was the better one. Of course I was able to get into this con scene.
By the way, great setup for 0-2B right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Waiting for the blue, getting the defense. The item pull in second right before the blue is great because it minimizes that coin probability too, and they're set now.
Yeah, and honestly, Typhoon, not really liking their item set right here with the Rang and the red. Getting red out here for AI. That's hard to
Emarie
see.
coming from behind, as mentioned before. Looks like 6 has taken the lead right now. The mushroom that was in pocket for 0-2B.
Yep.
Not ideal, but...
Oh, everybody's slowing for the blue, but it still likes to go for them.
This is why you never read people out, Smiley. See when there works. And Emarie emerges out of nowhere with banana in hand. Looking like it's going to be a double up first place, as it's going to be no more items to hit, and 0-2B, got to watch out. But in the air, it's going to kind of help with the
momentum going through. Yeah, exactly. That glider at the end, you want to make sure that you try to do that just for that same reason. If you get rid of your defense there, still kind of coast yourself right through the finish line.
A lot of people on 13 right now. Tone on 12, Guyfry on 10. We got a 4-person tie at 13 right now. We're seeing a few contenders that I didn't know were going to make it through. I think I saw Kade, player that I think signed up pretty late.
Yeah, they did actually.
Not even in the database that we have for fun facts on the players. And I think Tone also amongst those players on 13.
Yeah,
or maybe 12. I don't remember if they were the one I said was on 12 or 13, but
that's what's so great about it, though, is that even though that you might not be directly in the competitive scene or last-minute entry, Momocon gives you that opportunity to be able to shine and be able to showcase that. And with it being the earlier rounds too, you kind of get that feel for it. You get those jitters away.
Well, in the traditional brackets, like Smash over there, maybe even Splatoon over here, it's not a lot of people make it out of pools, but our pools are just different types in general. Half make it through. This year at least. Last year, obviously, went 144 to 48. We have more this year because Momocon keeps growing, but 192 to 96,
which is huge. If you actually think about that, where the community has grown from the first year that Mario Kart was able to do it compared to what we're getting for our signups now, tremendous show out.
It was Tone on 12, AI on 13. It appeared got to remember the player really quickly. I think Golden might have been there. Wisp was on 13
Yeah.
as well. So you have a few players that we were kind of expecting to contend here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I know 6 people advanced, but it is still a 6-person round, and there's more talent than ever before here this year. So
No, there really is too.
got to make sure that you're winning these races soon or later.
Because honestly, this is honestly the time to be able to showcase what it is that you know how to do. Don't try to do anything like too much, because that one race can make all the difference for you. Be able to kind of kick you out of the later qualifiers.
Yeah, absolutely. Emarie sitting pretty right now on 30.
Beautifully right now.
0 to be up there as well.
Ooh.
And AI, I don't know if they fell in the water.
I know. Oh, nice horn
The
there
angles
from
there
Emarie.
are scary.
So 0 to be in 1, looking good with defense there in the first place. We'll see what Emarie decides to wear, whether defense or try to get that first place again.
I'm a big fan of Singapore and its intensity personally. This section, like, you kind of get to the song loop right as you're heading outside, going through the geysers in the water. Feels like a great reset, but this track is so focused on what happens in the beginning that by the time you get there, if you're up front, you start kind of feeling a little bit of a sense of stability. Only thing that can disrupt that is that legendary shock spot at the end, where it takes like 20 seconds, it seems like, to get to the finish line.
Yeah, and that's a lot of things that people don't realize, too, when it comes to that shock compared to what it used to be than what it is now. They're like completely different on strategy and when you're going to use it and when you want to hold on to it. But yeah, that Lakitu at the end, you're right. That recovery is terrible.
I'm seeing a Kamek in place on the mini-map right now. I'm hoping that...
shock early,
that
though.
wasn't a DC. Yeah, this is actually pretty fortunate for those up front in AI who dodge. I mean, they got a glider coming up, should boost their momentum going forward. And if they want, they can extend it with the rings instead of just going down as well. But we'll see. There might be something interesting going on first with Emarie. It could be potential to take over if they went for the single box there, 0 to B. So we'll see. It looks like they might have pulled a banana. Can't tell if it's that or a coin,
no,
but
banana and 1, red and 2.
playing it safe right now, but really no reason not to. If they're on 30 at this point.
Exactly. They got themselves a little bit of a lead. They can play on that safer, keep that second spot, not
I like the
have to worry
decision.
about it.
I like the decision to go wide for Golden right there, realizing that 4th place is kind of far away, right?
Oh,
gotta watch out, playing with fire there.
Yeah, we love that back though.
Yeah. Emerie's like, get that weak stuff out of here.
Like, you're gonna throw the fire at me, and then I'm gonna make sure that you pay right back.
I'm hoping that wasn't a disconnect for Kade down there on 14, but
It would be unfortunate.
they were stopped on the minimap for quite a while, so might have to pause on the stream if we can, just in case there's a reset, but I don't know exactly. Oh, I missed the pause as I said that.
So we'll have to take a look and see what happens there. But
We'll see. I don't know if they're continuing to go
No.
or maybe they just stopped for a second, but
yeah, I think they're going to keep moving on though.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it. But interesting race though. Like I said, it was a smart decision on her part to be able to hold on to that second place rather than trying to be aggressive and get first. They already got the points that
I feel like I would have done it still.
you would have.
Yeah.
See,
Probably not the best decision to do, but like, it's not that I would have thrown all the reds. It's just like maybe throw the 1 into the double.
Okay.
See, like,
see what they have behind that.
maybe you get a mushroom and maybe the person behind you throws reds instead.
That's
so
a fair point. And plus, you're
maybe it's
aggressive. Like sometimes you got to play aggressive.
sometimes.
That's my style.
All I'm saying is that first place is 3 more points than second.
Yeah, no, it's very
That
true.
matters.
It really does.
Absolutely matters.
It's all right. Looks
3
like we're
points is
going
a lot.
Coconut Mall. This is a fan favorite in a lot of ways too. Like people were extremely happy to see this one come out in the DLC tracks.
Well, after the controversy of
yeah.
the appearance and stuff, and the car's not moving, but we kind of fixed that. I mean,
Yeah.
Do you like it out? Do you like how it is in this game?
I do like it. I mean, obviously, when you compare it to the other one, it's really different in a lot of ways. But the music is iconic.
My hot take is that I kind of like to wave 1 mall more
Yeah.
just because of all the glider shenanigans.
Yeah, that's true.
The moving cars just make the glider stuff
Yeah.
all the more. Not RNG technically because it is on a timer.
It is on a timer, but it can be a little unpredictable, especially when you get hit out and you don't have that timing ring.
Absolutely.
Right, so AI is over here in second. Oh, wasn't that kind of fighting it back and forth with it between 6?
I can't tell if it's just Emarie deciding to bag right now. There's 2 blue Yoshis. It would be interesting to see if the strategy is going to be coming from behind. And we might see some interesting stuff over here. Emarie, notably one of the best come-from-behind players out there.
Absolutely.
Won many tournaments, including a lot of local tournaments out there as well. And speaking of those moving cars,
Yep, there it is, wiping out half of the lobby right there. And for those that don't know, like what we're talking about here, when she sits back in the back, she's doing that on purpose. She has a goal in mind to be able to get good item sets, hopefully be able to pull a shock and be able to catch some people off guard up in the front, and then get those like power items to move forward with.
and even the early blue shell, kind of good for her because it extends the race a little bit.
Exactly.
giving her more time to work the system. There is an argument to be made that this kind of approach is technically safer because you don't have to worry about blue shells, but it's always lobby dependent.
Oh, it really is, because you get those people who know how to run these tracks the right way. It doesn't matter what you do. They're going to keep running it regardless how many blues you throw their way.
Guyfry up here in third, opted to play it safe, might be wanting to offer the cut. We have a fight for first place right now, it appears, as Emarie's going up into third. We'll see what happens between 0-B and AI. AI, 0-B, both not newcomers here. Yeah, we'll see. I think AI definitely needs his first, but it looks like 0-B has the angle on the blooper driving right there.
You're going to be able to take that first place spot right there.
Yeah, you got to watch out.
Oh, getting hit with the red. Couldn't get the banana out in time right there.
And here comes Emarie stealing that double, but are they going to have defense? It is the boomerang. It looks like 0-B will be getting this W, and no back this time since there was no attack.
Like, I'll play it nice this time since I didn't have any fire thrown my way.
For sure.
But once again, 0-B, Emarie holding up the top right there. AI getting that third spot, though.
Yeah.
So,
and AI now into the top 6, and that's big.
Yeah, it is, because, let's see.
There's 2 races left. I mean, you got to make your move eventually now, and it's always a little bit scary for the players. And, there's a few people that come here that definitely have expectations, but these round ones can be scary because they are a few races. I mean, there's some players out there, the talent is just undeniable, or getting through these early rounds is just kind of a formality.
No, it really is.
There are still players that are capable, that still have to very much fight to get through these early rounds, and you don't want it to be you, but sometimes you end up on the hot seat, and you got to prove yourself. So
no, you really do. And actually, a big point out right there, too. Compared to last year, this year, 6 races instead of the 4 races, be able to move forward.
I think it was just top 4 advance. I think it was still 6 races.
Is it still the 6? Okay.
I believe so. 4, I probably would have blown a few, so it was only 4 races.
Yeah, no.
Especially with top 4 advance. But anyway, Guyfry and Tone, only 4 and 5 points behind 6th place, respectively. Gonna have to watch out for them. Guyfry on the yellow Yoshi. Tone repping DK like it's before.
And you can see, and you can see right there too. It's only a 5-point difference there to be able to get in that 6th place spot. So all it takes is for AI and Guyfry to have a bad race, and Tone to be able to kind of slide up in there.
Yeah, and very much doable. And I would say that even Elephant 6 in third in the standings on 33 points, 19 behind 2nd, only 8 ahead of 7th. So this 3 through 8 range. 4 spots to go home.
Yep.
It's going to be intense. And on a track like Yoshi Circuit,
and
it's very unpredictable, Smiley, because you're going to have Emarie bagging. And running might be good. Might be worth the risk. But
all of them are going to be bagging here. It looks like we got half the lobby doing that. And there's a big thing to point out here, too, which is the bullet bill extension that you can do through that cut.
Yeah. It seems that it's going to be 0-B who is running it up right here. Gold End also on white Yoshi. In the back right now, Gold End will be one of those POVs that we definitely want to pay attention to quite a bit, because if something goes wrong back there, it puts a lot of pressure on them. And looks like 0-B kind of set up right now up front. Question is, do you hold on to the red for defense, or are we just going to shroom up? I mean, we'll see. Emarie might be opting for a very famous strat.
Absolutely. Yep, you're going to be able to see this right here with this bullet bill. And just talking about this just a second ago, so on certain tracks you'll be able to get a little bit of an extension on the bullet bill, which is right there through that waterfall cut.
And if the shot comes out, then you're even more golden.
Exactly.
Right now, we're going to have to watch out for Guyfry. Guyfry is taking the cut in the bill right now, but in the back right now, doesn't have all day on this, and they're 7th in the standings, so they got to make sure that they find their way. I almost wonder if there was a ghost up here. I think that 0-B, she had triple shrooms at one point, but perhaps not. And now 6 in 2nd of a shroom. Might be able to make a statement here after the cut. But getting challenged a little bit by Kade, too.
Right here, you're going to see that be able to pull out those triple reds right there. Kade's got to be a little bit nervous. The bumps here can really take them out.
And Emarie's star ending has kind of put her in an interesting spot here, a 6 holding on to all these reds. Going to have to watch out for Guyfry and Tone. I think Tone might. No, it's Wisp in the build.
Wisp.
Got to watch out, though, for reds.
Doing the smart play right there, slowing down, making sure that they don't get hit out right there.
Will Wisp be able to find the opening to get this first place and perhaps put her through
doing
the
it
round,
right here.
going for it, and
does it! Beautifully done right there to be able to get that first place for Wisp. Huge.
Saving it right there. Guyfry in the back right now. Tone getting 6th on the switch to Yoshi. That's going to be interesting right there. Only 3 points out behind AI right now. It looks like Wisp in 6. Big results right there. And that's going to really help them punch their ticket in with one race and at least make it not stressful at all, because 12 points, a lot has to go wrong for Wisp. A lot has to go wrong for 6 for them to not make it. So
no, that's absolutely it. So what do you think? What is the strategy for Golden and AI right here? What do you do here?
Well, it depends what you're comfortable with. If you're Gold End, I think Gold End was kind of one of those hidden bosses in a sense last year. Not super experienced compared to this year, where they've kind of been on the grind. Been building for this moment. I think you got to trust in your practice ability. Pick a runner that you feel confident on, and feel that you're going to be able to handle business, unlike potentially the others. But the people right behind AI, who's above the line right now, Tone, Guyfry, all of them are still very much in this right now. So 8 people, 6 spots, 4 look pretty much settled. So
yeah, the top 4 looking pretty good right there with those points that they have. But
Golden, AI, Tone, and Guyfry.
And we're going to Athens.
Yeah, looking like those people that are going to be all-out combat for this final spot.
Absolutely.
And interesting note about Athens being the selection. This is a city track. They are notoriously a little bit more confusing than the 3-lap tracks. For those who are not practiced, this could be a little bit intimidating, because one wrong turn, you might be out of it.
Yeah, this is actually one of the more difficult ones that I took for a while when I was trying to do my time trials and get everything down for it.
It's a fun track to time
trial.
though.
It is
very fast. The tricks just feel so smooth, and it feels like one of the only tracks in the series that kind of figured out how to handle stairs and tricking on them.
Exactly.
Believe it or not. But interesting storyline early is Guyfry is up there, Tone making their way up as well. Gold End up in second right now. We'll see if Samlink going to be able to make any noise right there. We'll have to see later. But Golden up in second, going for the shot right there, but doesn't see the banana on his back.
It's going to hurt them. So, interesting move there. I'd like to go ahead and back rather than try to go the red forward there.
Yeah, I mean, if your competition isn't ahead of you, you might as well just try to create that space between second and third.
Exactly.
If you can create it, I mean, it could be a mutual relationship, that top 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Let somebody take the blue. No, don't even throw red at them. How will Emarie avoid all this is the question. Might be wanting to let Guyfry take the red, but we'll see. It's really, really compact right now. 0-2B has red. It goes for Emarie, though. Guyfry is alive in and up here.
We got 0-2B in second right now.
6 is gone in first, I believe. Who is going to make it right now? Tone is in the back.
Emarie right behind 0-2B.
Guyfry hit also.
Yep.
AI and Gold End do have the point advantage right now.
Guy getting hit out, though, right now. That's going to be hurting him.
It is Tone and Guyfry that really need to make the comeback right now. They're the ones that are going to need to find themselves in the top spots right now. Golden in this Ghost right now, looking pretty good as long as there's no disasters. We'll have to see. Wisp right behind. If there is a hit, it looks like, watch out.
Be able to recover, though, with that mushroom, though. Oh, but still
Golden
loses
will be
that
making
spot.
it in. Question is, did AI hold on? I believe they did. Did not see an inkling too far behind. They get 6, and they will be through, Smiley.
Oh, man. So right there. Guyfry missing out, though, at the very end. Overall, though, good gameplay from everybody that came in today. So big round of applause. Good job, everybody. It
was a good round.
It was. It was interesting, too. Like
0-2B almost clutching out that MVP after the hot start from Emarie, too. Yeah. Only 1 point difference right there. And, these placements do actually matter because all the placement for the future rounds are dependent on where you place in the prior round. So Emarie going to be getting that, first place slot in for top 96.
Yep.
And good finish for the round for 6 also. They were 19 down, ended up only 13 down on second. Wisp having that big win.
Yeah, the big win over at Yoshi Circuit really kind of boosted them up to be able to get up there. So.
And Gold End AI closing it out, holding on to their position, the stands right there. And Guyfry and Tone were close, but not quite. But tie for 7th right there. So,
So there's your top 6, though. Top 6 moving on. So once again, Emarie, 0-2B, 6, Wisp, Gold, and AI. So, but congratulations to you 6.
Of course, shout out Samlink, Kade, Takiro, and Mav.
All coming in here, like we talked about just a moment ago. Maverick's first major, so that it's difficult. It's difficult. Like a lot of these players have been doing this for quite some time. We just talked about the years within the community. So we'd love to see you guys come back, be able to keep that practice going on, and next year we'll be talking about you being in that top 6.
Yeah, just get back on the grind hit the TTs, new game coming out.
Oh,
new
yeah.
motivation, new you.
But we're going to go ahead and get ready for the next wave coming through.
Jacob and Miles on the way.
Jacob
2
and Miles.
rooms. So.
Exactly. So thank you guys for tuning in with us. We'll be catching you guys later on.
Bye-bye.